Ready, LaDonna? Let's go.
Two dope girls, yeah, it's a podcast. Two dope girls, yeah, we speaking all facts. Two dope girls, yeah, we got it, just relax. Two dope girls, hit like, subscribe back. Two dope girls, and we on it, never slack. Two dope girls, and we got each other back. Two dope girls, and we coming for the cash.
Two dope girls, and we all about a bag.
Dope girl, dope girl.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Grace. How are you?
How are you?
You look
I'm
so
great.
like bronzy and glowy. Are
I'm
you
getting ready
pregnant?
for the spring. Girl, fuck you. What the hell? You got me cursing you out. I don't do that. What's wrong with you? No.
So what you I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm just
You
ready
look-
for the spring. Thank you, boo. You look good as well. Where's your hat? You took your hat off.
Yeah, I was hot, Grace.
When you start seeing the sweat beads come
Man,
out, you're like, you
what?
know what? This ain't cute
The
no
little
more.
makeup. Yes. No, y'all, I was looking like PM Montclair. I took some pictures for Times Square, and I was just like, all I was missing was like the little, what's the little pipe?
The little long little stick
Yeah,
with the
I was
little
just
cigarette
missing.
in it.
I was real Corella Deville-ish.
Oh, you know what? That's so true. But you're the cute version of Corella.
You don't think Corella was cute? No.
She was cute.
You know who I'm
Her bone structure was like really like off the chain.
She was. I mean, she
Mhm.
was poised. She was evil, but she was poised, honey.
She was a poised evil bitch.
Noted. How was your week?
Oh Lord, my week was good. Look, I've been staying on my workout. Like I said, I'm trying to be committed. I did my 4 days already. I'm gonna do 5 tomorrow. We're gonna go. What you did that? I gotta see her face. Why? Why? Take a sip.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of me
horrible.
too.
I gotta
No,
get.
you've been running.
Yeah, I ran twice this week. I was supposed to run today, and I just didn't get to it. Definitely gonna run tomorrow, but I can tell I put on a couple pounds, and it's
No,
deaf to the weight. I gotta get to the
girl,
like
ain't nothing but
somebody.
a few little lbs.
I know it ain't gonna do. It
More
ain't
cushion for the
definitely
pushing.
giving me some booty back there.
Oh, I'm
I
getting a
guess.
little bit. I've been doing my squats, girl. I ain't even gonna
That's
lie.
all right. I'm gonna catch up. Give me just a minute. I said this is the last week, and I'm gonna get to it. Okay.
How was your week?
It was good. Just been working on top of working, on top
Mhm.
of working. Literally, I feel like I was
That's
super
it.
busy this week. My mom is in the hospital, so that was a little stressful.
How is she doing? Is she better?
Um, she's doing good. She's doing good. Girl,
Okay.
they put her in the COVID unit on Sunday after 2 negative COVID tests. Like, she's already susceptible to infections and viruses, and you
Right.
put her amongst all of that. Just had me all like, I was here, but I was not here for anything or anyone.
Girl,
But
I'm
it's better.
sorry.
I know it's okay. I think she was a little nervous. She's used to having my dad, so the fact that she couldn't have anybody was a bit much for her. But she
Yeah.
moved to a regular room today, so we're happy
Good for
about that. My
her.
dad is there.
Good.
23,
Because you said they've been married for 40 years.
43.
I could imagine being married to Scoot for 40 years, 40
I know.
plus years. And he's been with me through everything. And this is going on and he can't be with me. I would be petrified. But
Yeah.
she's a woman of God. So I know she is covered. And
Yeah.
I'm sure
And we had a
she's
lot
okay.
of
And
people.
especially now because her dad's there.
Yeah, we had a lot of people praying. So just thankful
Yeah.
for that. But other than that, I think my week was pretty good. I was definitely busy, ready to podcast.
I
And get this,
know.
girl, we was just
Looks
before we got on, we were talking about editing our individual YouTubes and how
yeah.
it's held on ice. Okay. as hell.
It's
So
not for the weak.
I'm putting a PSA out. If you want to edit YouTube, DM me.
Hit LaDonna up. Naturally pretty.
I'll pay. But yeah,
You're so silly. Well, that's good. That's good. You had a good week. I'm glad your mom is in an area where she can have your dad come visit her, because there is nothing like having someone to come comfort you in your time of need.
Yes. And it just put into perspective for me how COVID patients really felt, especially the ones that were not doing well. My mom, of course, barely, speaks, of course. Well, she speaks, but we can't hear her that well. So we have to really kind of zone in on her lips and pay attention. So I can only imagine people that are in there for months at a time and die alone. Like, that was a scary feeling for me.
God bless them.
I know.
Seriously.
I know.
So
that gets me on to and let's get our guest in before I start talking about that.
So you guys, we have Alison here.
Mm-hmm.
And Alison is going to normally we don't have our guests join us with the hot topics, but Alison she's a little versed in the hot topics that we want to talk about. So we want to get her opinion as well. So we asked her to join in on our hot topics. So Alison, honestly, you're the first guest that we had. Yes, girl, you are Kristen.
So
come on now.
Okay.
Yes.
But Alison, before we begin, let them know a little bit about yourself. And then at the end, we'll tell them what you have going on as well.
I'm Alison. I work with Grace and LaDonna. I'm an avid listener of the Two Dope Girls. And yeah, I'm just an ordinary girl.
Y'all, she's not ordinary. She is so dope. She is very dope. You guys, she has a YouTube as well. We'll tell you about that later, but stay tuned, you guys. You guys need to be connected with Alison.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
LaDonna, you want to get into the hot topics? What are we talking about?
Girl, what do we want to start with? First, we got some good stuff to talk about today. Oh my goodness. I was about to bring up.
Go ahead.
I was just going to bring up as far as when we were talking about the COVID and my mom, about people still wearing the mask, like as far as how you guys feel about this mask not being mandatory anymore. Are you still going to be wearing your mask, Alison?
I'm still going to be fully covered until I feel like majority of Alabama has been vaccinated.
So, do y'all think that Moneybag Yo was ahead of himself by saying, what did he say, June or July, we should be back to normal?
No. Okay. I don't think so. But no.
Notice I called him Moneybag Joe. Because he's about to get that shit.
Have y'all seen the memes though?
Yes.
The memes are hilarious.
The gold fronts. First of all, that Newport outfit that he had on. That Newport outfit. That Newport
outfit was.
Oh my God. I'm like, the internet is so quick.
Yeah.
So quick.
Like, so innovative.
Like, where did they get Moneybag Joe? Who did it? Who did it? And I love it. I love my people.
And now they waiting on their stimulus checks.
Look, I know somebody who got theirs pending already.
Really?
Already, yes. Because they're supposed to be dropping this weekend. So if you got yours early last time, then you'll get yours early again. So whatever time frame, I mean, because we stay in touch with our friends. You got yours? You got yours? Oh, you got yours?
I'm gonna definitely check the app when I get off.
I know,
when I exit the podcast, I'm going to check my Wells Fargo
you better
app.
check your bank app. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I mean,
yeah, so that is, I'm definitely going to wear my mask. I don't know when I'm going to feel comfortable without my mask on. Like, that's a big thing to me, especially coming around my family. I mean, everybody's probably not going to get vaccinated by July. Like, that's not realistic to me.
It's not realistic.
one thing I don't want to hear is our job calling us, telling us to come back just because Moneybag Joe said we were supposed to be normal by July. Okay, so that's something we're not looking forward to.
I'm not ready.
We have too many sickly people that we work with.
We do.
And honestly, I think it's going to be an issue. And I don't really think that we're going to be in that building for a long time to come. That's just my perspective. But when you think about, I mean, I'm sure people are going to file grievances. Oh, I can't be in there. Oh, I need to stay.
Me. I got my paperwork ready.
Right.
And it's too many people that can't stay at their desk that love to be over your cubicle. And it's just like,
like back up. Like give me my 6 feet.
Pop me up.
Pop me. Yeah, right. Pop me up. Pop me up. Act like I'm not even here.
Just don't say nothing as if I was at home. Don't say nothing to me.
Okay? If you don't have my number, don't communicate with me.
But I think I'm gonna wear my mask for a long time. I think I'm gonna wear my mask for years to come, especially when it comes to traveling, because you just don't know. And for those of you who don't know, I am vaccinated. I'm not fully vaccinated. I did get my first shot, and I will be getting my second shot in 2 weeks. So, I mean, even though I'm going to be vaccinated, I'm still going to do my part because I do want to make sure that I take care of other people, because I have sick family members. Like my mom is in remission from having cancer, and we're finally, all of my siblings, and she's getting vaccinated Monday, and my her husband is getting vaccinated, and we'll finally be able to, gather together as a family comfortably because of her.
Right.
So yeah, I'm still gonna wear my mask though.
I think especially with traveling, or like if I'm like at Disney World or something like that, because you see people with masks on, and before we would be looking at them like, why they got that mask on? But they may have been on to something. Like
they were on to something for sure.
Definitely. We're late bloomers. I know last week we kind of got on Coming to America. It came out last weekend, maybe like last Thursday or something. And I finally got to see the entire movie. I didn't fall asleep on it, so
I did. That was shade, y'all. That was shade.
It was like a whole palm tree. It was a whole palm tree. But how, I know Allison says she watched it. How did you feel about the remake of Coming to America? Coming to America 2.
Honestly wasn't as pressed as some people were, because Coming to America, even though I love the original, it was never in my top favorites. Like it never was a favorite of mine. I liked it, but it wasn't. So like I wasn't really disappointed. Now I did fall asleep, but I watched it twice. So I saw the beginning and the end. But I mean, it was cool for what it was. I felt like some of the acting was kind of poor, but the storyline was cool for what it was.
Yeah, I did. I have to agree with you. I felt like the acting was poor, but my expectations of Coming to America 2 was not very high. I have not seen many great movies be able to make sequels. So, and I kind of was looking and hoping for the best, because they had a lot of the original cast. I think almost everybody except for Let Your Soul Glow guy and the mom he didn't make the, I don't know who he pissed off. He must got blackballed because he was like the only person. Anyways, and the mom, she passed. So,
oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, Tiana Taylor, she wasn't in there as much as I thought she would have.
She wasn't.
Oh,
I think she played the role like the girl who did the.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, she looked like a whole
banging
baby. I was about to say the part she was in, I was focusing on.
This is why I get up at 4 a.m. every morning, you guys, because I want to have that body. Okay, I'm trying.
Like a snack, honey. Ooh,
and who else?
No, she was the whole meal.
The daughter.
His daughter, is it Bella?
Yeah.
It was the middle child, the one with the glasses.
No, the oldest one.
No,
not his real daughter, Prince Akeem.
Okay.
Yes, the oldest daughter, she did an amazing job.
She
She
did.
did. And she was
Mhm.
beautiful. It was just
Yes.
it was really nice.
The girl that played the barber, or what they call, I guess they do call
The
it.
the one who cut
Yeah.
off his little and gave him the little haircut. She was cute too.
She was very, and she did play her part very well.
She did.
She did. Well,
I
from what
didn't
I
realize-
saw, she did.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I got it like an hour and 15 minutes into it, but you know.
I didn't realize it was an Amazon original. And so somebody was like, why would you have high expectations for Amazon? It wasn't like it was like a major film developer that was coming out with the film. So we shouldn't have
Only
had high
because the
expectations.
original video was, I mean, the original movie was so amazing. When it came out or when it was presented that it was coming out on Amazon Prime, I was like, what is that going to be about?
It made you think twice?
It really made me think twice because I'm like, think about the things you buy on Amazon. I mean, I love
Or
Amazon.
their
I buy stuff on Amazon. But it's like, sometimes they could give you a little bootleg stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if this movie is going to be bootleg or not. And it was a little, from what I saw, it was a little bootleg. It wasn't the original. It was not the original.
No.
I love the original so much. The original is definitely in my top 5 favorite movies. And this remake,
nothing about the remake I remembered. Coming to America had the first Coming to America had a lot of like sayings that we'll never forget. Like, what is that? Velvet? Like, I always remember stuff like that. Yeah,
who told you that?
We said all that was a Jewish guy in a barbershop that was played by, who was that? Eddie Murphy, or was that Arsenio?
Eddie Murphy. I think that was Eddie Murphy.
Okay, Eddie Murphy, the young Eddie.
I've seen the first one, Grace. It's just not in my top 5 favorites. I've seen the movie.
Just let your soul glow.
Just let your soul. Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
You mean Hakeem's the prince?
Right. Yeah. She was mad. She was big mad. She thought she had the jackpot. No, ma'am. No. Your sister.
And then, oh my God.
Did they bring her back? Because I didn't see that.
She wasn't in the second one either.
The sister, I don't know why they didn't bring the sister back.
I was wondering that too.
They brought the twins. Her name is. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I was really wondering was they gonna bring some of those people back?
I mean, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't Pootie Tang, but it
wasn't the worst, but it definitely wasn't
kind of
the
soul
best.
planish.
It was. It was so planish. That was a good one. I like that. So planish. Which is not good for Eddie Murphy. I would have never thought.
You can't go from being Eddie Murphy at the pinnacle, and then at like the latter part of your career being like Donkey and Shrek, because that was still magnificent.
I can watch Donkey and Shrek. I can watch Shrek at 33 years old. Like
you know what? Shrek would have been off the chain if Eddie Murphy would have been able to cuss as Donkey.
That's true. I agree.
He dang near did. A couple times. He
would have been for sure fire. Shrek would have been like that would have hit the $1 billion mark.
It was already some little
it's some hints,
some little innuendos,
only adults would get. You're like, what is this, a kid movie? But yeah, I love Shrek. Yeah. Another big topic that I think we're all going to have a lot to say about is Meghan Markle with Oprah.
Ooh,
how y'all feel? How we
take a little sip?
I know. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to put our good sis on the prayer list. We gotta put her on the prayer list. We gotta send her the Bible verse messages.
We need
to
send her some security.
She definitely needs to be on the morning text messages.
The blood of Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna have
I do feel bad for Meghan Markle because, I mean, you just have to put yourself in that predicament. What if you just really fell in love with someone that is a monarchy? Like he and his family are royals, That's just something I couldn't fathom. And you can understand like her trepidation of wanting to even be in that family because they're a white family. And of course, she's comfortable with white people. She's biracial, but you don't know the history that they have. You don't know if you're going to be accepted. And the fact that they were talking about, or they expressed that some members of the family were talking about Archie's skin color,
Listen.
which is insane. And we all know, being of, you know, the Black culture and Black ethnicity, that my mom could be really dark complected, my biological father could be dark complected, and I can come out this complexion. You just never know. Like, so because she's of a light complected and he's white with red hair, Archie still could be a little chocolate baby.
But it was very unlikely that he would be brown.
Yeah.
Very unlikely. So I don't understand why that would even be a topic of a conversation. What color or what would,
because it's still a likelihood. It's still a likelihood, and they may want to just make their British monarchy just literally white. And just think about it. Harry is a redhead. He's already an outcast from the other one.
But who just says that? Like, who says that? And the baby's not even born. And then, like, the skin tone really, that comment didn't bother me as much as them telling me that my baby would not have a title. What do you mean? William's kids have titles. Like, what do you mean that my child won't have his birthright to be a prince?
Because he has Black blood and they don't want that.
Now that's what would piss me off.
I couldn't imagine her thinking about wanting to kill herself or commit suicide.
Yeah.
Like, how did you guys feel about that statement that she made?
I felt it from my soul. Like, I understood exactly what she meant. Like, just those thoughts, just from hearing the things that she had gone through, just to be in love with her husband I couldn't fathom being able to be happy. I couldn't fathom that. To be like almost on a lockdown, not being appreciated, you know. And I think she felt a little like confused because at the beginning they both said that, hey, everybody welcomed her, everybody loved her, she did so well in the position, and all of a sudden now it's like all of this hate thrown her way. She's confused. She's like, wait, I thought they liked me, but I guess they don't. So, you know, I don't know.
I just couldn't imagine that would just be a lonely place. Like, first of all, your husband travels all the time anyway, because that's his job. Like, he explained to Oprah, like, this is my job. And then, like, you're not really that cool with your sister-in-law. So it's not like y'all can go to lunch and kick it. And it's just, then
she look like a bitch
hormones. Who? Kate?
Kate.
I like Kate though, but I like Kate. Like, I'm not gonna not like her.
I don't dislike her, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really see much of Kate for real, except for when she's pregnant.
I did lose a little, not respect, but like, I do feel like she could have spoke up for Megan when that article came out. But I like her. I feel like she's always fashionable. She seems nice. I don't know the lady, but I don't know. I've never disliked her.
She doesn't seem down to earth.
She does not. She does not to me.
She doesn't to y'all. She always seems so,
not to me.
Like, I don't know. She seems sweet to me. I don't know, but I am a miss.
She might be sweet in a royal sense because she's putting on airs. Because, well, true. I'm not even going to say putting on airs, but you know, you have to play.
She's on for the camera.
Role. Yeah, like you can't be like, what?
Look like when she's going to room. Right, exactly. I was about to say, she looked like when she go into their room and, you know, he done acted a fool. Prince William done acted a fool. She throwing teapots and teacups at him. Like, she looks like she can get down.
Not the teacups.
Is that really what y'all get from her?
I don't know about the aggressive part, but I don't feel like she's very warm and welcoming.
Okay.
Right.
But I mean, just think if you were a part of a royal family, you can't just come out and show how you really are. You have to show how you need to be presented in the public light.
Right.
Yeah, I just
So,
really want to wish Prince Harry and Meghan all the well wishes that I can.
yes.
I hate
For
that it
sure.
came to this. I don't know how I feel about them kind of putting it on blast, but I understand why she felt like it needed to go on blast. I think it was an amazing gesture for Tyler Perry to help them
Shouts
Yeah.
out to
in the
Tyler
vulnerable
Perry.
time.
Yes. 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 This is
Yes,
how
a
it's supposed to
man.
be.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I agree. One of our I think we share as this being one of our favorite shows right now, Married at First Sight. Like, can't get enough of it. It's a
Mm.
mess and a half, but I'm still watching with my tea, drinking just to see how Chris is going to act this week.
Oh, child.
Okay, see, so are you guys caught up?
I
Very
watched
much
some
so.
of this past week, but I didn't see. It was like I saw bits and pieces.
Child. Okay, I ain't even gonna say it.
No, tell me. Come
Say
on.
it. Yeah, say it.
Okay, spoiler alert. So if you guys are listening, you might want to fast forward like a minute or two. But this fool Paige is giving Chris another chance.
What?
Yes.
So
He
I
wanted
saw
to
the
speak
walk
to.
off.
Okay, well, you know how producers come in and producers like, well, you just tell them what you want, blah 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 blah. So
But the
he's
last
sitting there.
episode, didn't she sit down with his friend or the pastor friend?
Yes. Okay,
I saw
so
that part. Yeah, I saw that part.
I don't even like telling it, but y'all, since
But
y'all want to
but
hear it,
my thing is,
what?
go ahead. My thing is the part that she was just like, she don't think the girl is pregnant.
I
Do.
don't
I
think she
didn't
was pregnant
either.
either.
I did not think I don't think she's pregnant either. She just did
I don't
not
think
give
she's
off
pregnant.
I'm pregnant vibes.
She just did
No,
Chris a favor because he was like, "Look, I don't like this girl. Help me
that's what
out.
it is. I
I'm
just want
trying
to
to
be
get
on
out of this."
TV. I'm gonna ring
And
her.
she
That's
probably wanted him back. I don't know why, because he comes off like a broke man. Like, I don't
Asshole.
know.
oh, he's
A
broken for
female.
sure.
A
First
bitch.
of all, he said, "What's the pastor's name?"
I don't know.
Just call him
Oh, you
Edges,
talking
because
about
did
the
y'all see his
Edges.
pastor?
edges?
I know, girl. Look, I didn't want to say it, but you said it. I
I was wondering, was Paige gonna be like,
just rub that in. Like it's like
rub
when you
right
do
there.
with your eyebrows, it's like you need to go ahead and just
Yes, you know,
okay,
you
Bruh,
gotta
your
sir.
Beijing is showing.
Just blend
mm,
that shit in, sir. We don't need to see you got a
we
crispy
don't
edge. Your hair is
no.
already a little wavy. Just go with
Yeah,
that.
just
Go
go
with
with the
Yes.
that.
flow.
So we just gonna call him Pastor Edges tonight.
Past the
We're
Pastor
gonna
Edges.
edges.
I love it.
So I know. So past the edges, he was. I really appreciated him reaching out to Paige, but Chris said he would never talk to past the edges again because he reached out to Paige. How childish is he?
Did you see where he walked off when the pastor was trying to talk to him last week? Like, it's like, if people aren't saying what he wants to hear, is
He don't
I'm
want to hear
gone.
it. Right.
He's so immature. His dad is
A
a
Disgusting.
perv.
pedophile.
His mom's a
His
bitch.
dad,
His
yeah.
mom,
His dad is definitely a perverted man. I'm sorry. You can't be like, you
yeah. So
lusting over
he
your
comes from
daughter-in-law.
I'm so happy about my new daughter.
Look at
Like,
that body.
what?
Look at that
so
body.
beautiful.
Like,
That's so
sir.
beautiful. Oh, he was making all type of sounds.
Let me cover.
Cover myself up.
That's how Paige was looking too. Like, you know, she's soft spoken. Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you.
So I want to know, has
Yeah.
Paige talked to her bridesmaids so they can affirm that, well, he did say on the wedding night that, like, has she had that? Who has Paige been talking to?
Because he's been talking shit since the time he
The
said I
beginning.
do, but before I do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't listen. Don't now one of y'all, if I was not married and was about to get married to a man that came to y'all and said something out the way and y'all not come to me immediately, fuck
I mean,
you.
hello, have
Fuck
we
you
met?
and fuck you.
Hello, have we met?
And I'm gonna check him at like she's not a good
Right
catch. What do you mean?
then.
Right.
What? No,
I'm
sis, we're not
convinced
even
at
going
this
through
point she either doesn't have real friends, she's on this show for
Yes.
publicity,
I
or
agree.
she's just has really low self-esteem. It's one of the three.
I think it's all
All
of the
three.
above. And then I really don't like how
All
she
three.
tries to put whatever God tells me to.
Oh,
Look, God told you when he said he had someone pregnant, leave him alone, okay? She don't
no,
wanna do
before
that.
the pregnant, when he told you I'm not attracted to you, but I
Attracted to
slept with you
you.
twice, that's when she should have been like, you know what? I'm not going to Vegas.
You know what? I think he did that because he slept with her twice and he was like, damn, I really need to get out of this. And he was like, let me figure out something to say. Oh,
So
look,
do y'all
I'm on the
think that it just
show.
Dirtbag.
wasn't good? Do you
No,
think
I
it
just
just
think
wasn't
he's a
good?
dirtbag.
No, he
Like
just,
men
yeah,
will
he a
sleep with
I think
dirtbag.
he's a
whatever.
dirtbag.
They don't
Yeah,
care.
right. Is there a hole? Let me stick it in.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Not at
Well,
all.
he needs to be like, he needs to find Rich and the guys out for love and hip hop, because he's a part
Oh
of the Creep
no.
Squad. Like, he's an honorary part of the Creep Squad. He needs to be with them.
He
And I
just
felt like Mercedes was pretty, but like when she walked in, like I don't know what I was expecting. The way he's talking, like I was just expecting like
A model,
her to be like bang bang.
gorgeous.
Bang
I
bang
mean,
bang.
she wasn't ugly or anything. I'm not trying to say that at all.
She's
but like
her and Paige are complementary
similar
to one another.
to me.
Yes, they're beautiful black women, but he made it seem like
Paige just
he's
not a
just getting
dresser.
these IG models with the 23, 36, big booty, whatever you want to dream of. That's what you think he was getting, but that's not what you were getting, dude.
That's not what
No.
walked in.
Right?
No, no. I think Paige just needs a stylist. Other than that, she's a pretty girl. I don't
And
know
some
what.
wigs.
Yeah,
She
definitely.
decent.
Definitely. I'm ready to take them faux locks out.
Out.
But I will
Out.
say, switching from Paige and Chris, I don't think I could be with any of the men on the show.
This
Like
season is
Vincent
a
this
trashy
week.
season.
I was
Yeah,
disappointed in
yeah.
Vincent this week. Like when they went dancing, I'm like, why are you acting like a baby?
Mhm.
Like, why are
His
you
is
acting like a
such
bitch?
a baby.
He is
such
so
a
insecure.
baby.
Oh.
If it was the machata, dude, you can't. This is not the machata. This is salsa.
Let's just have fun. Let's
He
dance.
was
So like,
really getting
let's set the
pissed
mood. So when we get
off.
back home, you
Look at
know.
Nah, he is a wet blanket.
He is a
terrible.
that was ooh,
Is.
yes.
Like how he was
Yes.
acting about that champagne. I'm just like,
Because she should
and
have
use
said,
your
"Look, they're
words,
friends."
communicate.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not very good at communicating at all.
These friends are on point this season,
Yes.
though. Even though the
Yes,
husbands
that's
or
true.
the
They get it
wives are
together.
not, the
Mhm.
friends are like, look, bruh, that's
Mhm.
not a reason for you to walk out on your marriage. Like,
Haley
because you
friend.
spilled something.
Mm-hmm. Baby, Haley friend be getting her together.
She does.
But I feel sorry for Haley because that Jacob,
He is a mess.
he's
But
first of all,
she
you're
is
too old.
too.
Why are you on this show?
He want love too.
I was just about to say he want love too. But my thing is, I think she's made him feel even more insecure than he may be. You know what I'm saying? From just how the interactions, now he's like questioning everything about himself, and
Yeah.
now he don't know how to act around her. So that's a little bit of her fault. If you're gonna come into this situation, you cannot come in with your walls
And
up,
trying to
like,
change him because he loves the 80s. I get that.
Yeah.
You want to just let him be in his element. Like,
Right.
okay, give him clothes, but don't say you're not fit. Because I don't think he's a bad looking guy for her not to
That's
be
true.
physically
I agree.
attracted to him. I think
She's
it's
just
just the
young
fact.
and immature.
Yeah, she's young and immature. And I think it's the fact that she doesn't like certain things about him that takes away from the physical attraction. But like you guys said, young, immature, she just doesn't know how to communicate. And I don't see
She's
them
never had an
working.
adult relationship. Like I don't see how she got cast.
Me either.
I don't see how a lot of them got cast. Any of them.
any
How
of
are
them.
you ready to get married and you've never had an adult relationship?
The
You haven't been with anybody
one I
since
like,
college.
right? The only one I like is the black girl. I can't remember her name. The one that's with Vincent. Brianna. That's the only one that seems like she actually came on here and had like she was super open to the process. Because is it Rachel, the drunk?
Yeah, she a
Honestly,
drunk.
like drunkard.
Oh.
What's her name? Starts with a V.
I think is it Victoria or
No.
not Vivian?
Eric, Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, it was an old
Yeah.
name.
I like the drunkard.
I
You
like her
think so?
too. I think
Really?
he's just a little bit too protective.
No,
But I think they will work out. Honestly, I think they will work out
I do
because
too.
first of all, don't tell me I can't have male friends
Yeah.
because
No, he
every
was
male
not
wants to
telling
sleep
her.
with me. Yes, he did. He told her she
He
cannot
kind of
have
did.
male
Yeah.
friends.
He was telling her he does not want her to be
Uh-uh.
sleeping on their couch, y'all.
That's true
said
too. But he
women
said
cannot
before,
have
he said
women
women
cannot
cannot
have
have male friends.
So y'all didn't think that it was wrong for her to be like, I mean, yeah, you think there's any
No, because they just met.
sleeping
First of
on
all, do you have male friends that you know that you can just like, hey, I need to crash here for a moment?
I do not. Well, I do.
Dang.
I do have a brother. Like it's one of my best friends from college. He's like a brother to me, and I can definitely crash at on his couch. And his wife, we're sorority sisters. We're super cool. But other than that,
But it's still
no.
one. That's not many. But if she's
As a
saying
married
that,
woman, you should not be spending the night
oh
at
well,
anyone else's home.
no, this part I
That's all I'm
understand.
saying.
Oh,
But as her being a single woman, her telling
sure.
him, say,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, she's single.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
she's
like
single.
her as a married woman, no. But for her saying, hey, this is what I did, and I'm just letting you know that these are people who I'm comfortable with.
Right.
I don't find
Do
anything
you
wrong
think
with
she
that.
came at him like that? You
Yeah,
think she
I
came
think
at
I
him
do
like
think.
that?
yeah.
To me,
I do.
I felt like she came at him like, this is what I'm going to be doing. Like, if I get drunk
No,
around them,
I didn't see that.
I
Okay.
could see that LaDonna. She did like it was kind of, and that's why I think I like her. She's super confident. She's super like, you're not going to change me. And for her to be as
Free
young
spirit,
as she
yeah.
is, I love that she is confident
who
who
she
she is. And so it did kind of come off like these are my friends, and I'm not going to choose you over them. But I do think when Pastor Cal met with them, I think she kind of understood, like, okay, sleepovers are over.
Out. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's always good to have like that third party, that third unbiased party to come in and say, hey, what you're doing is wrong, or what you're doing is wrong, or you have to kind of understand how each other would feel. So
that's why
I love the experts. Yeah.
And Dr. Viviana, her style is just she's
so cute. She is so doggone cute.
She is.
I just love looking at her little complexion. I'm like, oh, y'all just gonna make the prettiest babies. They're so cute.
Yes.
Are we done with hot topics?
Totally. Yes, we're done with.
Before we get done, I do want to give like 2 shout-outs out though.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Chloe and Haley because they are the new ambassadors of Neutrogena.
Yep.
Nice.
First black
out to them.
First black artist.
First black artist to be because I don't think they've never had musical artists as their ambassadors. And I want to give a shout out to our forever first lady, Mrs. Michelle Obama, because she is inducted into the National U.S. Women's Hall of Fame. So applause to her. Shout out to her. Yes. So
what a time to be a black woman.
What a time to be a black woman. What a time to be alive. Even though we're seeing some crazy stuff, it's still a time to be alive. So
yes, I agree. We totally missed our game, but we got it. We got you, girl. We got you. So the game is the alphabet game. It's basically what we're going to do is name black artists, musical artists, and we're going to go each other. You go first, I go second, and whoever has A, B, C, D. So it's pretty simple.
Okay, so Alison, LaDonna, me. Name a black artist, A through Z.
Music.
So you're gonna
Z, girl.
So if you don't name so we're gonna give you 5 seconds. No, 5 seconds seem too long. We're gonna give you 3 seconds.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
I'm gonna miss a lot of them, but I got my drink.
A person, a black artist. Whatever letter you land on. If not, you're gonna have to take a little sippy sip. So do you need to go ahead and refill?
I did already.
Oh, look at you come prepared, girl. Look at you
Yes.
come prepared. Okay, so Allie B, you're gonna start first. Name an artist that starts with N-A.
Ari Lennox.
Beyonce.
Cardi B.
Drake.
Drink.
Ella. No.
Drink.
Ella.
No, your 3 seconds are over.
You ain't even give me a chance to get it out.
Allison.
Stumbled a little
L-
bit. You
L-
stumbled a little bit.
Thank you.
Ella.
Look,
What's her name? What's her last name?
You still 3
LaDonna.
seconds. L bar, but you still gonna drink.
I'll drink, but I got it, Elvina.
F is Frank Ocean.
G. I'm a drink.
Genuine girl.
Oh, you're right.
I don't even know who H is.
You want
Hallie.
drinking it?
Hallie. The Hallie. She Hallie. She an artist.
I is
Boom.
India Irie.
Ooh, good.
EFGHIJ. Jeremiah. Sorry, girl.
K Kelly. Rolling.
L Lloyd.
M Monica.
And Nicki Minaj.
O is Omarion.
Ooh.
He is Pusha T.
Oh. What is it? A B C D F G H I.
Q.
Q-tip.
Rihanna. Drink.
Do y'all know an S
SZA.
artist?
Shantae Moore.
Oh,
Oh, you said sis. I said Shantae Moore. T.
I thought Shantae was spelled with a C.
Is it? I don't know. It could be.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. What you was T.
S
T.
Tasha Cobbs.
You. I don't know.
I don't know.
V. Vivian Green.
Oh. W. Wayne.
X. Exhibit.
Oh.
Y. I don't know.
I don't know. The first thing that come in my head is Yellow Beezy. Ain't that his name?
I
Yellow
was
Beezy.
thinking about that too. I was like, is his name Yellow Boy, Yellow Beezy? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know who that is.
Only thing I think about is zebra. So I'm just gonna drink because I don't know.
Z.
Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was good.
Well, that was a good game. Thank
It
you.
was.
That was quick too.
It was quick. So our good old topic. Can you bring in the topic, Gracie?
Okay, Allison. So what we're going to talk to you about today is we want to know how you. Well, are you in a relationship?
I'm not in a relationship. I have some
Okay.
friends.
Yes, girl, with the options. That's what I'm talking about. So we want to talk about dodging a manipulative or toxic partner. So have you ever been in a relationship where you had to be like, okay, this is not working. You are toxic, you are manipulative, you are not what I thought you were?
Too
at
many
all.
times.
Oh, tell us about the first time you recognized it, that you were in a
because I feel
toxic
like
or manipulative relationship, because that's important.
I feel like that's the hard part. You know what I'm saying? Like putting a name to it and recognizing it and calling it what it is.
You know when it's wrong.
Honestly, I didn't recognize it until I started to be clear on what I would and would not tolerate. And then that's when I was able to say, oh, this is. But my first experience probably was in college, my first little boo in college. And he was just very much kind of controlling, like, where you be? Nigga, I'm in the library studying, like.
Right.
So, And then as an adult, I had one experience, but like I said, I think it's important to just realize like what your deal breakers are and what are your triggers too. I think that's important. Like when I realized what triggered me, even when I'm moving forward from meeting new people, like if they do something that like sparks a trigger, I'm like, let me address this and give him a chance to, make it right. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't, then I'm just like, he not
right, because you do have to give people the benefit of the doubt. But when was the point where you actually recognized that? Were you still in college or were you out of school or?
Probably in my adult relationship. And it honestly was a conversation that I had with my mom. Oh. We were driving on 459. I will never forget this. And she looked at me and she said, do you even love yourself? And I was like,
that's a good question.
Yeah,
no, that's a good
hard.
question.
It is, but that's tough.
And she was like, because you are really acting as if you have no love for yourself. And so when she said that to me, it kind of just clicked, like, why am I allowing someone to make me feel or make me operate in a way that's not even good for me? Like,
I think at some point we get to in relationships and phases, and it's not just, honestly, it's not just it can be platonic relationships, it can be a romantic relationship, but sometimes we get in relationships where we get stuck, where we get to the point where it's like, dang, I've been around this person for so long, like I know them and they know me, and I think I can deal with this, I think I can deal with that. And like you said, in college we really don't know ourselves, like that's why I love what your mom said, because we don't know it, we can't fathom, or we can't think about it as, wow, am I secure enough? Like, am I mature enough? Am I, do I love myself enough? Do I have enough discernment to endure this relationship? Am I too weak to endure this relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know that at 20, 21, 22 years old. We just know he fine and he giving me the attention.
How old were you, Allison, when y'all had that conversation?
No, this was in my adult, like this was probably like maybe 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
So this is in my, that's why I said I didn't, like when I was in college, I didn't realize it was toxic. I knew it was toxic looking back, but when I was that, I just thought I was just like, like young, but looking back, I realized, that was a toxic controlling relationship. But that was an adult relationship. Like I was, sharing some things like, he may go missing a little bit, or he might do this, he might do that. And she was just like, girl, like, I didn't raise you to be like that.
Like, mine like, girl, if you don't do what I told you to do.
Too, I think women get wrapped up in situations because they look at the potential. Like, I know that I have gotten so bogged down by like, well, he has so much potential. Like, I can see us together. Like, if he would just do this, then we could do this, but you have to date people on face value. Like,
right. Double standards to me is a big red flag. Like, don't expect me to not hang out with single friends or to be around a whole bunch of single people, and then you get to do the same. Like, you get to be around your single friends, but it's an issue if I'm around my single friends. Like, I don't like the double standard in relationships. So that, to me, that's a red flag that lets me know that he's A, controlling, and B, manipulative.
Right.
So Allison, what attributes do you look at as toxic in a man?
A lot of toxic men are like, and I hate to use this word because it's overly used, but like
it really is. Me and my son were talking about that the
toxic,
other day.
But the word I'm about to use, they're kind of narcissistic. Like, they have a sense of let me not use the
grandeur.
word.
Grandeur.
Edit that out. I'm just like, but yeah, they have that sense of like, it's about me. And I hear what you're saying. I hear you telling me that I hurt your feelings, but it is what it is. This is what we're gonna do. So like a sense of narcissism a little bit. I think too, like trying to play the reverse game. Like if you say, well, can I talk to you about you I didn't like that you didn't wait till I walked in my house before you left. Well, when you dropped me off, you didn't do, you know what I'm saying? Like they try to reverse whatever it is that you're saying that's bothering you to turn it back on you. Like I feel like that's super toxic, that's super manipulative. And also trying to make you feel like your feelings aren't valid. Like, oh, well, that really wasn't a big deal. Like, well, I don't like that you didn't call me. I didn't even talk to my mom. I'm not talking about your mom. Like I'm talking about me.
This is
I didn't like
right here, right now.
I didn't like that you didn't call me. And so like don't diminish how I'm feeling just because that's how you treat everybody. Like they do say we have the power. We just don't know how to use it. Like people say that all the time. Women have the power, you just don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I know that's true for me.
Girl, you better use it. You young. You single. Use your power.
I'm not that young.
You're young, dear. Hello. Do we need to compare ages? Okay.
Yeah.
You're a baby. You're a baby on this platform.
I think me and LaDonna are the same age.
Are y'all? Oh, okay. Well, both of y'all babies.
I think you may be a little younger than me. What year you graduated?
2006.
From high school.
Oh,
yeah, you're a year younger. I graduated 05. So that's okay.
01.
Hey, I would take being the baby.
I'll take being a senior.
I don't know, like what I really try to like talk to my friends about and what I'm learning is just be okay with it not working out. You know what I mean? Like I think so many times we hold on to these relationships because it's like, well, I really want this to work out. It doesn't really seem like I'm going to be able to be with anybody else, but like be okay with it not working out and just chill. And so like I'm so like, it's kind of scary sometimes because I'm so comfortable right now in this season being single. I guess because I have so much going on. It's just like when men like approach me, if they not about nothing, like I don't even have time to chit chat. Like,
so what do you mean if they're not about nothing? Like if their approach, if their approach is not about nothing, like
like if you're coming to me and you have no agenda or objective, you're just like, I think you're cute, and I just want to just talk to you on the phone. That's cool, but I really don't have time for new friends. That is cool, but if you're not like trying to, I think you're cute, I would like to hang out to get to know you more. Can we do that? Then to me, that's different than just, I just want to shoot the shit. I'm gonna call you here and there. You know, like I don't really have time for that.
I think men are they definitely prey on the weakness of some women as far as when we fall in love or because we're hopeless romantics. I know me and Allison are hopeless romantic and Gracie is a hopeless romantic, but Gracie is a little more stern.
Baby, I am learning a lot about Grace.
Yes, I am. And I was telling her like, I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, I think I was telling her that I was working with these females because not only can males be toxic, like the opposite sex can be toxic, the same sex friends can be toxic as well.
For sure.
And they can be the most toxic because we're so scared to get rid of them because they're usually the ones that's been with us for the longest. But anyways, I worked with these women. And one of them were like, we kind of was a clique, and it was like one of the ladies would hang with us, and I was cool with her. You know, it seemed like all of us were cool with her. One day, one of them pulled me to the side. You remember I told you this? She pulled me to the side, and she was just like, "Don't talk to her. Don't say nothing else to her." And I was like, girls, I said, why? But why though? Why? And she was like, she is cunning. She is hood. She is this. She is that. And I was like, noted. And then I started to pay attention to the type of person she was instead of being naive. Naive is a really good word. Sometimes we're naive in relationships. we're like Paige says, we come into these relationships with pure intentions, not thinking
Say it
that the
like Paige
person is going
said.
yes, not thinking that the person will not reciprocate those intentions, but we have to have discernment, and we have to be watchful of who we surround ourselves with and what type of energy they're giving us. Sometimes we can't, and I'm learning this because as we talk before, Grace, I am very even keel. Like, I'm going to give you LaDonna until you show me that you don't deserve LaDonna. You know what I mean? And some people kind of hold those walls up until you show them that you're worth being in their space. So I'm kind of learning as a person to be watchful around with the people that I surround myself with, because everybody don't want the best for me. Everybody have pure intentions when they come around me or in my space. So I can only imagine in the dating world how that would go with meeting a person that you have no idea who they are, and you don't know what type of who they folk is, what church they come from. Y'all know those the questions that your mom had. Like, you don't know what kind of stock they come from, and you just kind of go in it because you want love. Like, I want love. I want children. I want a marriage. I want a white picket fence. I want all of these things. So I'm coming into this relationship like, look, I'm willing to give you my all to see where this could go. And you just don't know, like, controlling aspect. Sometimes the want, the what's the word? Just the appearance of being married, being in a relationship, being in love, it overshadows how the person treats you from time to time.
Yeah, and how you feel. Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it comes later for some women to figure out that, man, I'm in a relationship where I'm dang near being manipulated to do any and everything. I have to tell him when I'm doing any and everything, or there's a double standard in this relationship. What you was about to say, Grace?
No, I was gonna ask Allison. I was like, have you ever been in a relationship where you were just like, yes, I knew I dodged you because you were toxic and I just knew it. I knew it.
There's actually like probably the last guy that I was really considering dating, and I have never ghosted somebody in my life, but this guy I ended up ghosting him, and I felt like I ended up ghosting him, and I felt bad because I'm just this nice person. Because it was just going nowhere, and I was just like, you have baggage that you need to, like, he was hung up on some stuff from his child's mom, and he was just like dealing, like, he was falling out with his friend, like, he just had drama all around him, and it was like he was moody when we would get on the phone. I didn't know who I would get that day, and I was just like, one day I will never, like, this happened within 2020. One day I was on the phone with him, and he was just in one of those moods, and I was like, you know what, I need to call my mom. I'm gonna call you back. And I never called him back. And then
was he always in a mood?
He was just moody. Like, some days he'll get on the phone and he'll be like, what's up, la la la, how was your day? And then some days he'll get on the phone, yeah, what's up?
And never said what was wrong with him.
He was a Vincent. He just did not know how to communicate. And he was super
What is his birthday?
He's a Leo. But he was super prideful, super, like, tit for tat, petty.
They are.
Like, if I told him, like, well, I'm gonna call you back, this man would not call me because he was like, well, you told me you and I was like, sir, you are 40 years old. You are too old.
So he was 40 years old acting like that?
40 years old acting like this.
See, I can't understand an adult male who is of age where you know better. Like, learn how to communicate, stupid.
And you've been in a long-term relationship. You and your child's mom live together. Like, you have a relationship experience. So, like,
that doesn't mean he has communication experience, because she probably sit with his shit for too long.
Clearly. But I want to
Shit.
hit on what LaDonna said. I do think that sometimes female relationships are overlooked. Like the person may not be toxic, but the relationship itself is toxic. Like I had a friend, one of my best friends, when she got married. Now we were young, used to go out. She stopped going out when she got engaged. And some of her friends did not understand. Like they just started dropping like flies, or like they would be talking about her behind her back. And I'm just like, some of your girlfriend relationships definitely can be toxic. Like I don't think that's talked about enough. Like we always talking about men, but your female relationships can definitely be toxic.
Allison, you say that, and LaDonna, you say that. But for me, because I don't keep a lot of female friends, and if I do, like I really have to have a relationship with you to call you a friend. And I really have to know you and your character to call you a friend. If I know you're not toxic, you're not, you're going to be in my life. If I have a hint of thinking that you're toxic, you're not going to be in my life at all. I don't care how much you want to insert yourself in my life. It's just not going to happen. So I've always heard this about female relationships, but I just really never experienced it. And since you had touched upon it, Allison, and you, LaDonna, like, in what instance did you guys realize that you were in toxic, like, friendships with females?
Okay. I'm not gonna call my relationship.
You want me to go?
Oh, you can go. My internet is acting up again. I don't know.
Okay. No, you good.
Oh, I was about to say, I don't think
we hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think that I'm gonna say that my friend was just going through a rough season, because it was a season where I felt like she was going through some things, and it was like she wanted to bring everybody else around her down to where she was. And I'm just like, girl, like we don't, like I don't, and then I'm an empath too. So like I feel like I take on the burdens and the feelings of other people. And it's like, girl, you are bringing me down. You're like, when you come into a room, it's like a cloud. Like nobody wants to be around you. And so, once they dealt with that situation that was bringing them down, they became a completely different person. So I'm not going to say that particular relationship was toxic, but I will say that season of our friendship was super toxic. And I felt like, I kind of felt like Issa and Molly, like maybe we just aren't supposed to be friends. Like I was really on the verge of being like, girl, maybe we just should not be friends. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yes.
Good. It did get better. But
yeah. That's hard though, but because you give your friends more grace than you do. A guy.
Definitely.
You do.
Especially like when you've had history, like, and these people have been there for you, like through thick and thin. Like when you are crying about one of these little big head dudes, they the people that got your back. Right. And so it's like, that's why I said I'm gonna call it a season.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know that other people have experienced not a season, just a toxic relationship where they like, that's not your friend. Girl, that's not your friend. Like, she's not your friend.
I think, everybody is not meant for each other. You know what I'm saying? Even if y'all hit it off a couple times, like some people are seasonal, and I think that's okay for them to be seasonal. The only problem is we don't know how to judge that, okay, this is a seasonal friend and we have to, deal with them accordingly. But I feel like if I'm insecure around you, like I don't feel like I can be myself. I feel like you're judgmental. I feel like
that's a big one.
Like nothing I do is enough. Like, you ever had a person that you like was really good friends with, and it seems like they just made everybody around you, even when you were doing well, everybody around you like this big on things that they do, but they never really made your thing big. I think that's toxic as well, because especially if you're a supportive person, like you're always
there. Are you talking about like if you're embarking on an endeavor and your friends don't support you as if they would
They support
support
everybody
someone
else.
else who's not as
Mhm.
close.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So those, to me, those are toxic friends as well. Like, you have to,
Mhm.
everybody, like you said, things are seasonal, and you have to recognize when they're seasonal. And we give our girlfriends a lot more grace than we give these men. I don't know why. I think because we feel like,
I think we value
Loyalty.
those more. Yeah, we
I
value
think it's
those
just
yeah,
loyalty.
friendships
Yeah.
more.
yeah, I
Because
think so
you
too.
do want to have a girlfriend that you
Yeah,
can go
trust.
to. Yeah, but
Hmm.
honestly, I don't want to go back and forth with a girlfriend like that. I don't if I have to go back and forth with you like that, we really don't need to be friends because then now
I've
I'm
had
gonna
one. Trust me.
question like my I'm gonna have to question like our relationship. Like how
Yeah.
loyal are you to me? Like and
And
LaDonna,
honestly, I
you say
had
you
to
had
grow into
one.
myself, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of still am, but not as much as I was. But I was really a big people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt bad when I used to have to say no. I felt bad if I couldn't be there for them. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted everybody to like me and not be mad at me. If I had a friend that was mad at me, like, I probably would cry and boo because this person is mad at me. But then I had to realize, like, you have to do what you want to do and what's best for you. If you can't be
Right.
there, and if they don't understand, they're not really your friend. Like, if they don't
Absolutely.
understand that I can't do that, or I don't have the capacity to fulfill whatever it is that you need me to do, then that's not really your friend. Luckily for me, all my friends are my real friends. But
Yeah. Yes.
I just had to start one day, like, just saying no. Like, if I don't want to go out, sorry, y'all.
No.
And now my friends know, like, well, we ain't gonna even ask Allison because she not
She
coming.
gonna be like
Like,
that. And look,
Well, and then you don't
LaDonna
want
jokes.
it to be like that.
Right.
girl,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
I mean,
don't
I
want
don't
it to
mind.
be really, like, I don't want. And okay, so I had this big issue because all our listeners know I was married really young, right? But all of my friends wasn't, So had a bunch of single friends, but so did my husband. But I would get into instances, even in high school, y'all. It would be instances where my clique of friends would go and do things without me. And it's because, oh, we thought you were going to be with Sean. I'm like, what? Yo,
Mm,
I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm not the person that want to be up under my man 24/7. I love having my girlfriends. Like, I treasure
Right.
those relationships, and I want to cultivate them just like I want to cultivate my marriage or my, boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. So I don't like that. I don't like the fact that if you feel like I said no one time that you don't want to have to ask me again. Like, no, ask me, because that one time where I need to go, I may be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go this time. Like,
But
just
you know,
ask
some
me.
people
Ask
feel
me.
like they're bothering you because you do have
yeah.
obligations outside of what they have. Because I know I would feel the same way. Because if I asked you, I would feel like if you said no, at least 2 out of 3 of the times, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm just not gonna ask LaDonna because I just know she has things going on outside of what I have going on. Not to say that I wouldn't want to invite you, but it's like I would want to take into consideration what you have going on.
Or they know my friends
And
know
I
what to
definitely,
invite me to. Like, if
Right.
it's happy hour, we gonna
yeah.
invite Allison because it's
I'm
before
going.
7. If it's brunch, that's early in the day, so we know we gonna ask Allison. If it's anything after 9 o'clock,
I'm
Allison
a little
probably is
iffy.
not gonna come.
Not gonna go.
Right. Shoot, because I know
I
I'm
love
not,
that.
because
But
I stay too far away because I'm like, that drive. That
girl,
drive. I could be in my bed. Y'all look,
Yeah.
FaceTime me if it's that serious.
Send me a picture.
Right.
right.
Let me see what the
Send me
fun
the
y'all
video.
having.
Matter of fact, make sure you put your snaps up so I can see, because I'm just gonna enjoy
Yes, so I can
rubbing my
live
feet together.
vicariously.
While I'm rubbing
Girl,
lotion on
y'all.
myself after I got out the shower.
Yes.
Look, I'm
Yes.
gonna be like the friend who was getting a bottle from the other homegirl at the club. Did y'all see
Yes.
that little
Like,
video?
putting it in my mouth on the See, that's what I'm gonna do to y'all. I'm gonna do Grace when you go out this time. Put it in my
Yeah,
phone.
last time you went out, you should have did that to me. Y'all should have FaceTimed me. I would have been like with the Henny.
Y'all
I
are
know,
so crazy. I
That
think
is
another
so
thing
funny.
that's not talked about enough is like how we're toxic to ourselves.
Ooh,
Like,
Do tell.
girl,
like
you
Do
for
tell.
instance, how I told you guys, like I haven't really been working out. Like I feel like
Look,
look
okay? I'm ready to talk about it now.
right. Well, took one to the head. Let's go.
or like if you know, like I'm not gonna put any of my friends' business out there, but I have a friend who is like she's very lenient when it comes to men. Like she forgives and forgives and forgives. And I feel like that's a toxic behavior to yourself. Like if they've shown you multiple times what they're about, this is what they're about. So
Yeah.
you're or like it doesn't even have to be that deep. Like I said, like even for me, like not waking up and going to work out, like I feel like I'm being toxic to myself. Like I'm not treating myself the best that I can treat myself.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
Because you want to
Or
do better for
allowing
yourself.
other people's yeah, allowing people's energy to play off of your energy. I have a
Yeah.
bad problem with that. Like if the person around me have a bad energy, it brings me all the way down because I'm the type. I don't know if it's my Gemini ways, but I definitely play off energy. I think that's where my like twin, thing comes from. Like if you give me good energy, I'm gonna give you back good energy. But if you give me bad energy, it's going to take me all the
I
way
match
down,
energy
and
too.
that's why.
I do the same.
Yeah, and I think that's why affirmations, Allison, your affirmations are on point. I
They
don't think you
Thank
are.
understand.
y'all.
Every
Like
Monday, you guys
just
go to
just
Allison.
scrolling,
Yes, for sure,
yes,
because they
just
really are
scrolling,
helpful.
yeah, scrolling and seeing that positivity amongst all of the chaos and the noise on social media. It's like a sigh of like, okay, calm down and let me breathe life into myself. Let me speak life over myself, because you just never know who's going through a bad time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Right.
I've been going through a bad time. I think last week you put up one that said, I am enough. Girl, I am not gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
You don't do it, LaDonna. Don't do it.
But
Don't do it.
I am like, I really
Yeah.
needed to hear that. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let me
And those
stop. Okay.
affirmations, honestly, it came from this girl, this one of my Instagram virtual friends. She put up a post and said, "Do you love yourself in your love language?" And I never really thought about that. And my love language is words of affirmations.
Mine
And
too.
like it just really came from there. I was like, I'm gonna put these up for me. And if people like them, they like them. But like I was like, I'm going to commit to start loving myself through words of affirmation.
Allison,
Yeah.
I love that you say that because I made a commitment to myself. Even before you said that, I made a commitment to myself this year that I was going to do that for myself because LaDonna and I, we had an episode with our husbands and we were telling them, well, our question was, do you know your partner's love
Love
language?
language.
Love life.
And I know my husband's love language. He knows mine, but he still does not feed into my love language. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it for myself. So we have like a mirror down here, and I don't know why. It's like a ritual. Every single house that I've ever lived in, there's like a full mirror, and I always look in it beforehand. So when I look at it, even in the morning when I'm going to the like, yeah, look at that. Being girl, come on, let's go. So
Yes.
so I'm like,
Yes.
even if he doesn't, because I realized, because when you said the toxic behavior that we do to ourselves, it's like I look for, of course, I want that for my partner, but at the same time, I need to do that for myself. And even when it came to working out, because he was training us before, and then he's just getting tired of it. So first I was waiting on him to like train both of us, and he would be tired. He wouldn't want to get up at 4. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it a point to do this for myself. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get up at 4. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna do everything that I put on my vision board because this is for me. So I had
Right.
to get out of that toxic behavior of always looking for him to
Depending.
do it. Yes,
Mhm.
to do it with me. So it's like, okay, you don't want to do
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And it's,
it.
I was telling my husband that I'm a very avid worker. Working out is a big thing to me. And
Right.
I was on vacation last summer, and I love my Apple Watch only because it, records my workout, right?
Right.
So I fell while I was running, broke the Apple Watch, and it has been a catastrophe ever since.
No.
I tried to keep it. It would work sometimes and wouldn't work. All the way till about a couple of weeks ago where I was at CrossFit and like the entire face just came off.
Oh my God. How embarrassing.
You
You
was,
probably was
you was
like,
holding off to that thing. I know. Like, it's okay, you got it. I got it.
keep going, keep going.
So I told my husband, like, dang, I need to get a new watch or whatever. And it wasn't, and 2-3 days ago, I went and bought myself a new Apple Watch. It wasn't that I didn't feel like he wasn't going to do it for me. It was the fact that I have to do, like you said, I have to love myself in my love language. One of my love languages is gifts. I could either sit here and wait and get pissed,
Grow an old lady beard and everything, waiting on their motherfucking
Cause they
ass.
be like,
I see you.
and it be like,
Need that? Oh,
shit.
you need, go get that shit for you. No, stupid nigga.
And he's a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has bought things for me, Valentine's Day just came up, Christmas, so it's
He
not
did
like
good
he hasn't been
job.
buying
So he
for me.
probably feel like
But
he could milk that for a little bit.
he probably do until Mother's Day. He probably can. But it wasn't the fact. I know when I showed him the watch, because I love stuff like that, when I showed him the watch, he was just like, you just couldn't wait on me. And I'm like, no, I couldn't. This is something that I absolutely love. I love working out, and I like to have my Apple Watch, and it means more to me to just go ahead and get it instead of being so upset with him for not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still gonna be a little testy.
I hate when men say, so, I mean, I was gonna do it, and I know he probably didn't mean it like that, but I recently had a situation like that.
No,
like,
probably
Cash at me.
upstairs in my upstairs area, I have like this attic space that I wanted to turn into my office.
Mhm.
Well, it was a couch in there, and I needed to have this couch moved. I asked the guy that, I ended up ghosting. I asked him over and over. I didn't really ask him. I just talked about it like, I need this couch move. I need this couch move. I ended up just asking my dad, like, Dad, when are you available?
Yeah.
So when my dad came to do it, I mean, I was going to do it for you. You didn't really have to ask your dad. You didn't even give me an opportunity. Like, so I needed it done. I asked you 3 weeks ago. It's still not done.
Did that inspire your post that you put up?
He was
About
definitely,
okay.
he was definitely heavily. It was the baggage, the pride. It was all of that, girl. Like, I just ain't got time. I ain't really got time.
Don't tell me what you were about to do, because if you wanted to do it, you would do it. Because if you ask me for something to eat, I'm not gonna say, well, I was about to do it 2 days later, nigga. No, you hungry? Yeah. I'm gonna fix you something to eat. If I say I have an issue, I need you to address my issue. If not, what is your purpose? I'm sorry. What is your purpose?
As long as my parents are alive, I'm good.
Girl, you're gonna be good. Anyway, you hear me?
Do you hear me? Like,
call me. I help you. I work out. Look, me and LaDonna gonna help you drag that sofa down.
Now, I will say I'm glad both of my parents came, because that couch was a bitch to move. Like, it took all 3 of us to move that damn couch. But it was just the fact that, like, why did you wait till after it's over to even bring up, like, well, I was gonna.
Okay, listen, I'm glad you gave us context, because I'm glad you ghosted him.
I'm gonna tell you what they tell us. This is for you. This is because I want whenever you get into your marriage, because you will be in a successful marriage.
Yes.
One thing you're going to have to learn is they don't take hints. Just
You
tell
gotta
Mm,
tell
them.
them. You gotta tell them
Yeah,
they're
with the
idiots.
smile on my face. I
maybe
really like. I'm
okay.
really red and want to like.
Okay,
Maybe
But
LaDonna,
that's what it
I'm
was.
gonna have to learn that from you to smile on my face because I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
don't you
Maybe
Now,
know?
that's what it was.
now that we are saying this, I think that that's a good manipulation that I do. I know my husband listens to this and he probably knows it by now, whatever.
Oh, he
But
knows.
in a marriage, you have to, it's a definite good give and take. And a lot of times you don't feel like doing things and you just kind of,
Absolutely.
massage people's ego and babe, yeah, no, it's okay, baby. It's all right.
You gotta
This is
grit and bear it.
yeah, this is what you want. Or of course,
You gotta make them feel
you
good about
got to,
themselves.
you got to. And I know my husband told me one time, he was like, he said, you never know what you'll get from me if you do the things that I want you to do. And Negro, you never know what you'll get from me if you do the things I want you to do.
That's
Because you
so
don't
true.
even. Hello,
That's
that's
so
called
true.
reciprocity. Okay,
Right.
that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
I was
You
dating a
give,
guy.
I give.
That's so true. I was dating a guy and my walls were constantly up because I just felt like he wasn't giving. And the moment like it clicked for him and he really started going out of his way, like my walls came down and he was like, "Oh, I'm really enjoying this side of you." Like it could have been this way, but you was dragging your feet on what you wanted to give and what you wanted to offer.
And see, that's where
Yeah.
communication comes in because we don't communicate these things or we don't know how to receive what the other person is saying. Now, when it comes to communication, I definitely have gotten better at that because I know I could, like LaDonna says, I'm a little, but I can learn. I actually can learn how to just say, hey, this is really what I'm feeling. And only time I get upset is when you don't just kind of see things from my point. I can see things from your point of view, but if you don't see things from my point of view, then I'm definitely gonna get upset and I don't want to talk to you.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
We won't
And
even
that's
talk.
with
I'm gonna say,
anybody. That's with anybody,
yeah,
male, female,
any
even my
relationship.
mama.
Yes.
Like I'm getting to a point now as an adult, like having to explain to her, like our relationship dynamic is going to change because I am an adult now.
Yeah.
Like the other day, she wanted me to do something, and I was like, "Mom, you didn't even ask me if I had plans
What I had
today."
to do.
And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know I had to do that." Yes, like
Yes.
now in my adult age, please respect that I may have something to do. So like with anybody, like please pay attention to what I'm communicating to you
You
and
know,
respect
Allison,
that.
you say
I
that,
think that
and
comes
that's
with
so.
age. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm Allison said that, but honestly, my son had to have that conversation with me as well. It is so funny that you said that because he's an adult person and he's just like, look, I know you're used to me being a baby, but I'm
I'm not
still
in.
an adult. Like I'm being respectful by letting you know. And I was just like,
Yes.
okay, I can get that because I understand at my age, but I had him already at his age. He was already 2 years old by the time I was his age. So I ain't have to thank my mom for nothing. I'm really grown.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to him, he's just like, okay, well, I need you to respect the fact that I'm a young adult and I'm
And my privacy.
yeah.
Like, don't ask me,
Right.
hey, where are you? Why?
Why?
Right. Because I'm paying your phone bill. Find my iPhone. Put that shit on. I need to know where
And
you
I'm
are.
still on my parents' family plan, but still, why?
Because we're paying a bill.
I don't
That is
care.
so funny.
You didn't pay my car note, so
Right.
you don't need to know where I am. Now you might have paid Warren's car note. I don't know, but my mom ain't paid
No, I
mine.
mean,
So
well,
why do
we
you need
bought
to
his
know?
car, but either way, I get that what you're saying. Like you do need to respect boundaries.
And I
Yeah.
was thinking before you even brought that up that when we get older, we just mature. You know what I'm saying? And we take less. Period. We take less.
Period.
Like we are coming into our own. We know what we want. We know what we don't want, and we're just not going to fool with a whole bunch of BS.
No
And I think,
Spouse, manager,
yeah,
mom, best friend, whoever.
nobody.
all that shit.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Hello?
Period.
All
I have
that
another
shit.
question I want to ask. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask, Grace?
I'm good.
Okay. My last question is for Allison. Being in toxic or manipulative relationships, what type of advice would you give a young lady that's needing to either get out of those relationships, or that's just now figuring out, like, damn, I've allowed somebody to manipulate, control me, to make me feel like, another person? What is your advice to that person?
Number one, I would say to understand the block feature on your phone. Like, I didn't really understand the importance of that, but now I know that is a really good feature. And then number two is just, it's kind of like what my mom says, like, people know at the end of the day, like, this is not right. This is not me. Like, this don't make me feel good. Like, you already are having those feelings. You're having to ask multiple people, like, well, what do y'all think? Do you think, like, when you get to that place, you already know. So just be confident and just choose to walk away from that situation. And like I said earlier, like, be okay with things not working out. Like, everybody is not meant to be in your life forever, and that's okay. Like, and also, like, just not thinking that this person is the only person out there. Like, I love how God works for me. God, even if it's not a person for me, God will reveal to me a beautiful single man. Like, he'll just like, it'll be on my Instagram feed. I'll see him out. Somebody will introduce me to him, like, not to date, but just, like, there are still single people out here. Like, you don't have to settle where you are. You don't have to settle for mistreatment. And if you're allowing somebody else to mistreat you, then you basically mistreating yourself. So that's really all I have.
Right.
Don't ignore your intuition, for sure.
That part too. And people, like, I know a lot of men be like, that's not true. Women don't have intuition, but we really do.
Them dummies.
Do.
They are
be knowing.
idiots.
We be knowing. And know your triggers.
We be knowing.
Know, like, if something is a trigger for you, like, I'm a passive person too. So, like, it took me a while to speak up for myself, like, when it comes to men. But actually dating that person who I was dating when me and my mom had that conversation, like, I learned so much from that relationship, is because it was just like, you're at a place now in life where you can speak up for yourself. Like, you don't have to do everything he says, or if he says something you don't like, you can combat that. Like, what he gonna do?
Right. Because, I mean, like I said earlier, LaDonna said that I'm, like, hard, but I had to learn that as I got older, because I had to protect myself. I had to protect my son, because whoever I dated, I really needs to be stern and say, hey, I'm not going to accept this, because whatever I accepted, that meant he was going to receive as well. And I'm not going to have my son receive anything negative. So yes, and I grew up with 2 older brothers, so I've always learned how to voice how I felt, especially when it came time to, like, protecting myself and protecting my son. So
I had to grow into that.
And look, we all do. We all do. Because I had to grow into that too. But I had to realize, like, either people are going to respect you and respect what you say and how you say it, because I could be tactful in what I say, but if you don't respect how I'm saying it, I could be disrespectful as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And like LaDonna said, like, I feel like, if, just like with a friend relationship, if you can't be yourself with the guy that you're dating, he's probably not the person for you. Like, if you don't feel comfortable speaking up and saying, this bothered me, he's probably not the person you should be with.
That part.
Like at this point, I'm gonna tell you, like,
Period.
that bothered me.
Yeah, and that has taken a while. I think it's because we're tall, Allison. I told her
Maybe so.
Didn't I tell you that, Grace? I was like, people are already kind of intimidated because I'm like a whole 5'10" walking up to you. I don't want to be angry, aggressive, and tall, I've kind of
But
learned.
that's the perception that you think they're gonna have, and I don't honestly. It doesn't matter what they perceive you as.
They think now, but that's what
absolutely.
I'm saying. It definitely took getting older, being more mature, knowing more about myself to not give a shit about what you think about me.
You definitely have to grow into that for sure.
And honestly, I think men respect you more. Like when I started like putting them in their place or like telling them like, no, I'm not gonna tolerate that. Like they was like, oh, she about something. It's not like
I used to curse this boy out and he loved it. He thought I was just the hottest thing when I cursed him out.
Yes.
I was like, I don't want to fuck with you. And
men respect that.
Yeah.
No, I still don't want to mess with you. Leave me alone. Stupid.
So I'm going to end this on my little piece, which is, ladies, whether it's in a romantic relationship, or it's in a friendship, protect your peace. That's
protect
it.
Your peace and protect your V. Okay.
That part.
What you say, Grace?
Protect your peace and protect your V.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Don't be out. You ain't got to give it to everybody.
Nope.
You ain't got to
but
give
if you
it unless you want
that's
to.
Your business.
I was about to say unless you want to. And if you want to, you need to, you need to be confident that this is what we're doing. Don't give it away and then be like, oh well, I just thought that.
Girl, just do it. Just do it, girl. Just do it.
But yes, protect your peace for sure.
Protect your peace, both of them. Okay,
for sure.
Girlfriend talk.
Yeah, Alison. So we're gonna bring you into our girlfriend talk. Okay, so this is gonna be quick. So season 2, episode 22. To me, this is like the pinnacle of like girlfriends when it really explodes. So there were 2 kind of scenarios that happened. Joan and Chris's relationship, right? The little young guy who worked in the mailroom. Okay, so he gave her E at one point, right? XC. I don't know how that relationship.
I think it's about. X, not E.
Okay, well, I don't take it, so at least you guys know. Alison, you better get me together. Okay, X. She took X, okay? Not E, X. I said ecstasy, but it's not E. So, okay, so she dated Sean, the sex addict too, right? So Joan was chilling with Chris. Phone rings. It's Sean. She's like, oh shit. He was in New York. So she's like, okay, hey. She picks up the phone. Hey, baby. Blah, blah, blah. Chris is right there. So Chris is like, hey, who's that? She's like, that's my boyfriend. And he was like, boyfriend? I didn't know you had a boyfriend. So at any point, were you ever dealing with like 2 guys and then one guy was like kind of on the fritz, but when he called, you were just like, oh, I don't want to mess with this other guy no more. I'm about to hop over him. But you know how that ended, because Sean was just like, he lied to her. He said, I'm engaged, but he wasn't even engaged. He just wanted to get rid of Joan.
I definitely had a pull-up guy, or like, I'm about to pull up on you. And it was like, if anybody else was here, he was like, hey, I'm about to pull up. I think I'm about to go to bed. Can you let me know when you make it home?
Yeah.
So like I've had that, but I've never dated. No, I've never dated multiple people at the same time. But I have had like I said, I'm about to pull up dude, and I had to tell the other dude like, hey.
Oh, wait, so you really got rid of him?
Yeah.
The other guy.
So
you just say, hey, you gotta go. Yeah. Okay. So.
When you have a team.
Yes. Do you know what the pull-up is? Yes.
When you have a roster,
It wasn't a roster because I don't even want to put that out there because I don't have no roster.
I'm saying it's like when you have a roster, it's
you levels,
have a hierarchy to this.
Yeah, it's levels
you
to this. You're right.
Somebody is higher than the next.
Yeah.
Okay, so another scenario. This is when Maya's relationship fell apart with Darnell on the same episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, Maya she called Darnell. They were talking, whatever. She didn't put the lock on her little raggedy little phone. And the conversation that she was having with her girlfriends recorded on her home voicemail. That's how Darnell found out that she was cheating. So is there an instance where you either like sent the kind of wrong text message and called the wrong person thinking that you were talking to someone else? I kind of feel like you have, Allison. Come on.
Yeah. What I'm about to share though is so silly. The guy who I ended up ghosting, I told y'all he has a daughter. So he had sent me a picture of her. And so I was trying to tell my best friend, like, his daughter has like this beautiful hair, like you should really see it. And I'm gonna send you a picture. So I screenshot, or either I copied the picture, but I sent it to him. So then I was like, oh my God, like he's gonna wonder like why I'm sending him his daughter. So like I ended up sending him like a bunch of pictures all at once. And so he was like,
you better play that off.
He was like, are you meaning to send me these pictures? I was like, oh my God, something's wrong with my phone. I don't know what's going on. Let me turn it off and turn it back on. Because I was like, he gonna be like, who you sending my child to? Like, I'm about to block you. Because people do not play about their kids.
No. They don't. Because if I would have been like, hold up, he probably would have called you the B word.
Girl, I've had an instance where I was in a car talking to my best friend. And we was having a conversation about me and my husband, and girl, he was all on the other line. I had butt dialed him.
Oh, child. I ain't never butt down.
But
when I do receive the butt down, better believe I be on the phone. Like,
look, everybody be quiet.
Be pressing that mute button, be like,
definitely be listening. And I've seen some
other breathing. I want to get a
voicemail. Like you ever get a voicemail and you notice the people not saying anything to you, but it's like a 5-minute voicemail of like their background. I'm like,
I'm gonna listen to the whole 5 minutes. Depending on who it is, I'm gonna listen to the whole 5 minutes. Exactly. Exactly. Every time.
I had a homegirl whose sister actually got divorced because she was talking to a male friend in an inappropriate way, but the husband came to pick her up and her Bluetooth connected to the car. Yeah. So they were talking, or she thought she was talking, and the guy was like, "What's up, baby?" And I was like,
"Oh wow, you got to be careful on these phones." I be checking it twice. I be checking it twice.
Like, hello.
Even though like old school 3-way is gone, I would still tell somebody, "Hey, let me hang up and call you back," because like if you have to click over to take another call, I'ma still hang up and recall the person, because you just never know, it might have joined the call.
I might turn my phone off, reset.
Or we get into a good conversation, I'm be like, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
we good. Okay.
Definitely.
Let me make sure my Bluetooth not on.
These phones will get you caught up.
Yes.
So
I've done that to a friend too, and I felt I kind of felt bad. Like, you know how you can text, like you might have been like not talking about the friend, but like have y'all seen that episode of Moesha when they were talking about Kim?
It was kind of weight or something.
Yeah, it was similar to that, and it was just like, damn, I did not mean to send it. So like, but it happened.
Oh, I done sent some text messages, and I'm like, oh shit, how am I get out of this? But I did an Allison.
I always find a way.
Play that shit off. Yes. I'm gonna play that shit off. I'm gonna make it like a joke.
I'm gonna take it to the grave.
That's it. That's it. Oh my
Look,
God,
Allison, that was so good. Yes, that was
we have
so good.
enjoyed you this episode. I think we've gone like over 2 hours just talking.
Sorry.
No,
No,
you ain't gotta be sorry, girl.
you
You
were nervous, and
good.
I told you it's girl.
I was
It's just
super
like,
nervous.
yeah, you
Ain't
did
no
an
need.
amazing
It's
job.
us. You know us, girl.
Girl, but it's the people too.
You don't see them. You just see us.
You don't. You just see us. It's just a conversation.
Thank y'all for
girl.
having me.
You
Absolutely. Can
welcome.
you please tell the people what you have going on? What can they
Yes.
expect from you, and where can they find you?
And let them know about your Sephora deal too, as well.
Okay. So you can find me on Instagram at _ the Alison. That's Allison with one L, ALISON B _. So at _ the Alison B _. And then you can find me on YouTube at Alison B TV. I just applied to be an ambassador for Sephora through their Sephora Squad 2021. And so I'm looking for some testimonials. So if you follow me between now and April 6th, maybe you can leave a testimonial on my behalf. Awesome. I got some other stuff in the works too, but you know, that's coming.
Yes.
That's
Make
coming,
sure you guys
girl.
follow her. And I love Sephora, girl. So I will definitely. I'm not super
I do
big
too.
in
This is
makeup,
Sephora.
but
This lip.
This Sephora too, girl.
Girl, this
It's
is
Marc
Sephora.
Jacobs and Sephora.
Yes. I love
this
it.
is Sephora. Yes.
So if you guys want to hit us up, you can hit us up at Ask2DopeGirls. That's ASK, the number 2, dopegirls@gmail.com. You can hit us up at 2 Dope Girls Podcast. That's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hit us up on YouTube at 2 Dope Girls Podcast. And you can hit me up at Graceface with 2 underscores.
And me at Naturally Pretty.
And until next week, you guys.
2 Dope Girls.
Bye.
Dope girl, dope the dope girls. Dope girls, dope the dope girls. Dope the dope girl. Dope the dope girl. Now